Though there are many themes in F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, the theme we chose today is that money cannot buy everything. This means that money can't buy love, friendship, or any romantic relationships in human life.
Fitzgerald wants to show us that just because someone has all the money in the world doesn't mean they have the basic emotional needs for humans. Examples of those needs are love, friendship, and even sometimes happiness. Throughout this book, Fitzgerald shows how they try to buy those feelings, but they really aren't buying anything but just a thing to mimic what they really want, a stable feeling of happiness, love, or friendship.
The first example with this theme has to do with broken marriages. The quote is, "And if you want to take down any addresses, here's my little gold pencil." Daisy offers her pencil to Tom to take down addresses of other women so that he might take an interest in, just like he took interest in Myrtle. This shows that Daisy knows of her husband's affair, and this symbolizes their crumbling marriage.
Our second example has to do with people who would go to Gatsby's parties, but didn't even know what he looked like. Our quote is, "I've never met him," she said, "and it was making me uneasy." The undergraduate nodded in a cynical, melancholy way. Jordan drags Nick around the party looking for Gatsby, when she finally admits that she doesn't even know what he looks like, and that they were basically wasting their time looking for him.
Our third example has to do with how people came to Gatsby's parties but no one showed up for his funeral. Our quote is, "The minister glanced several times at his watch, so I took him aside and asked him to wait half an hour, but it wasn't any use, nobody came." Nick narrates that the minister keeps checking his watch because he knows no one will show up, but he's too polite to say anything. Nick notices and asks him to wait a little longer, but he knew deep down that no one would be coming.
Our fourth example has to do with how hundreds would come to Gatsby's house to party with him, but no one knew the real him. Our quote is, "My God, they used to go there by the hundreds." Owl Eyes recollects that people used to go to that house in huge numbers, but now people won't even go to his funeral because there's nothing in it for them, and they never took a chance to gain a friendship with him. They only went for temporary happiness and big parties that they didn't even have to pay for.
Our fourth example has to do with Nick trying to help Gatsby run away. Our quote is, "He wouldn't consider it. He couldn't possibly leave Daisy until he knew what she was going to do. He was clutching at some last hope and I couldn't shake him free." Nick tells Gatsby to leave New York for a week or so, but Gatsby refuses to because he doesn't know what Daisy will do or how she'll react, since this was right after the accident.
The theme "money can't buy everything" is very present in today's society. It is shown through a variety of wealthy people in their everyday life. Our first example is Princess Diana. In the book Diana, her first true story, transcripts from a secret audio tapes show that she tried to throw herself down the stairs because she didn't like how her husband was treating her. This showed how her so-called happy marriage was really not what it seems. The next example is Kate Spade. As many people know, she was a fashion designer that recently committed suicide. A lot of people don't know the real reason behind why she committed it. It is shown in her suicide note to her daughter that it was because of her unhappy marriage with her husband. According to Page 6 website, just days before she killed herself, her husband filed for divorce. Who would want their 24-year marriage to end like that? Not Kate. Even though her net worth was $46.5 million, she was unhappy, and because the person she loved with all her heart didn't love her back. Although we think we know what's going on, we really don't, because we never know what's going on behind closed doors. This was very prominent in the book The Great Gatsby.